Please be advised that FATV is conducting audio and video recording of this meeting for public broadcast, and I would ask anyone in the audience who is recording this meeting to please identify themselves to the record now by standing and stating their name and their address. Is there anyone wishing to film? Thank you. Is there anyone else? Councilor Zarella, would you please lead us in the salute to the flag?
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Madam Clerk, could you please conduct the roll call?
President Kushmeri.
Present.
Councilor Boishman.
Present.
Councilor Clark.
Here.
Councilor Di Natale.
Here.
Councilor Donnelly.
Here.
Councilor Fleming.
Here.
Councilor Green.
Here.
Councilor Caddy.
Here.
Councilor Squalia.
Present.
Councilor Walsh.
Present.
Councilor Zarella.
Here.
Public forum. Anyone wishing to speak on any matter on the agenda may do so for not more than 2 minutes. If you are addressing public hearing petitions, you'll have an opportunity to speak at that time. Please approach the center table and identify yourself by name and address for the record. Does anyone wish to speak at this time? Seeing none, if there are no objections, we'll now hear an oral report from the Appointments Committee, which met earlier this evening and took up 2 matters. The first was for a new appointment for the Board of Registrars of Voters for Ms. Jacqueline Taylor. That was given leave to withdraw by a unanimous vote. And next we had a permanent full-time firefighter, City of Fitchburg, Mr. Trevor M. Lawler. Chief Roy.
Thank you, councilors. Just a little bit longer night for the Lawler family tonight, but we appreciate everybody moving things along. Just 2 things quick. I'd like to thank Deputy Chief Tom Dadio and Firefighter Pat Haverty. They've worked for a number of years now on our selection committee at our department. As you folks know, we've had many good candidates that have come on board in recent years, and they've done a great job. We have another good candidate for you tonight, Trevor Lawler. I'm sure many of you folks recognize family members in the crowd tonight. They're a long Fitchburg family and business, Elliott's Jewelry in the city of Fitchburg, and Trevor's a part of that family. He's certified EMT. He's top on the civil service firefighter list currently, and he graduated from Fitchburg High School in 2008 and Fitchburg State University in 2013. I think he's going to be an excellent candidate for us. There's a little bit of a story behind this. Trevor's dad is good friends with firefighter Kevin Boudreau. Kevin wasn't quite at retirement age yet. He hadn't maxed out, but because the firefighter list is dying in December, and Trevor would have to worry about a new list and where he was going to be, Kevin decided to pack it in a little early to give Trevor the job. So that was a nice gesture on Kevin's part, and we think we're getting a really good candidate in Trevor.
This was taken up under appointments and passed unanimously. Do I have a motion to accept the appointment?
Motion to accept the report.
I have a motion to accept, motion and second to accept the Appointments Committee oral report. Speaking on the motion, Councilor Boishman.
I want to say congratulations to you. And if you buy a house, make sure you buy in Fitchburg. All right?
I'll just add, incredibly well-credentialed and excited to see your family and its legacy continuing in Fitchburg. So thank you for your current and future service to the city. Thank you very much. I have a motion and second. All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? It is unanimous. Congratulations.
I just said I voted on it.
Good luck to you.
Thank you.
That's good.
Congratulations. Well deserved.
Congratulations.
Please raise your right hand and repeat after me to take an oath. I do solemnly promise and swear
I do solemnly promise and swear
that I will faithfully and impartially,
that I will faithfully and impartially,
and to the best of my knowledge and ability,
and to the best of my knowledge and ability,
perform and discharge all the duties
perform and discharge all the duties
incumbent upon me
incumbent upon me
as a permanent full-time firefighter
as a permanent full-time firefighter
for the city of Fitchburg.
for the city of Fitchburg. Thank you.
Don't be shy, family and friends, feel free to come forward and take photos.
Take some pictures.
Oh, yeah, everybody get in, right, everybody get in.
Jean. Yeah. Hiding in the back. Nice try, Jean.
I know. Oh, it is. It is. Definitely.
All that work and all that.
Unless we hear anything from
Yep. CJ manager, Fitchburg State.
Oh, he was?
Yep. Yep.
What?
Gonna be pretty cold. It's gonna be cold.
Councilors, we'll just give this 1 minute until the room clears out before we resume the meeting.
Didn't catch on. Mine usually got.
Just there's a little typo there. That was supposed to be 18, not 17.
Do we need to amend?
I mean, it's just a number.
Okay, yeah.
It's fine.
The substance is all great.
No, it's not substantive.
Right. Councilors, unless there's objections, we'll resume the council meeting now. All right. Finance Committee, Councilor Di Natale.
Met last Tuesday and took up several orders that, for the sake of time, I will not read. They were all adopted unanimously.
Second.
I have a motion and second to approve the Finance Committee report. Speaking on the motion, all those in favor? Aye. All those opposed?
Mr. President, move that 2018, which is within the Assessor's Office, Conservation Commission, Historical Commission, Parks Commission, Planning Board, Public Works, Water Department, all these petitions be, the reports of those departments with that specific petition be accepted.
I have a motion and second to accept the various department and commission reports regarding 2018. Speaking on the motion, all those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? It is unanimous. Motion carries. The last remaining order of the commission reports is from the Board of Parks Commissioners meeting of September 6, 2018, 04418, Councilors Squalia and Zarella and David Thibault Munoz to postpone the listing of 116 and 118 Day Street property to the side yard sales program in order to explore the possibility of creating a pocket park to honor abolitionist Benjamin Snow. And there was no comment.
Move 4418 be sent to the Property Committee.
Second.
I have a motion and second to send 04418 to the Property Committee. Speaking on the motion, all those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? It is unanimous. Motion carries. Orders Finance 25118.
Motion to suspend the rules on 25118.
I have a motion and second for suspension of the rules on 25118, ordered that the City of Fitchburg hereby approves the expenditure of funds from the Massachusetts Department of Public Health Bureau of Substance Abuse Services First Responder naloxone grant in the amount of $5,000 for the purpose of said grant, which is to support first responder purchase and administration of naloxone. I have a Councillor Green speaking on the motion.
Speaking on the motion to suspend the rules, why are we suspending the rules on this?
Councillor Di Natale.
I didn't know if it was a matter of urgency that we needed the Narcan, or if are we running out, or do we have the supply?
It's
Councillor Di Natale.
It's not a matter of urgency. As the chairman of finance, I am taking it upon myself to put it out there to suspend the rules on 2 items that are purely grant items that I am not going to hold a meeting in finance for 2 grant items. I'm going to wait until the orders get more before I have a meeting and have the time spent. There are 2 grants to accept. Chief Martineau is here and Health Director Currier here to answer any questions. I'm putting it out there. If the motion does not pass, I'm not taking this up Tuesday. I'm going to wait till the agenda gets bigger. So that's why I'm asking for suspension now to do this now.
Thank you for the clarification. Councillor Donnelly.
Just ask for a reason why not to. Why not to suspend?
Councillor Caddy.
I just don't think this is the type of grant that we'd say no to. This is very important.
I agree with this methodology of this is nothing that we haven't seen before. I think we voted on similar matters here. This is continuation of existing grants and funding sources, and I feel comfortable voting on this, and as well as we have the city experts on hand should we have further questions. That said, I have a motion and second for suspension of the rules on 251-18. All those in favor of suspension?
Aye.
All those in opposition? 1 in opposition.
Motion to approve 251-18.
Second.
Second.
Motion and second to approve 251-18. Speaking on the motion, all those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? Motion carries.
Motion for suspension on 252-18 for the same reason.
I have a motion and second for suspension of the rules on 252-18. Speaking on the motion, all those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? 1 in opposition. Councillor Squalia, the motion is before you.
Motion to approve
Second.
252-18.
I have a motion and second to approve 252-18. Speaking on the motion, all those in favor?
On the motion.
On the motion,
On
Councillor
the
Boishman.
motion. Could we have Steve Curry come up here for 1 minute? Not a lot of his time, but just 1 minute, please.
Mr. Curry, if you would not mind. Good evening.
Good evening.
Councillor Boishman.
Yes, Mr. Kerry, on this petition, I was wondering if you could explain it to some of the councilors that are new on your 252-18-18, the purpose, what we're trying to do on the school system, in the schools, of our schools and that. Oh, yeah, I shouldn't say that, they would know.
So, councilors, over the past 4 years, we've been applying for and receiving this grant. This grant has done a lot of things. It has made purchases for recycling receptacles in school classrooms. It also has supplied recycling in the cafeteria. There are new devices that are being inserted in our cafeterias where products are separated out into a special a device. It has holes in it, and it accepts trash, recycling, milk cartons, and such. It's easier for children in the high school to understand where the material belongs in the disposal process. The grant also funds annually Recollect, which is a trash and recycling mobile app, or you can also get it on a landline. We use that in lieu of sending a calendar to each household. We hope that households will sign up for the app. It's about half the price of sending calendars to each household. That calendar basically notifies folks when their trash collection day is, as well as when their recycling collection day is, as well as disposal information. You can look up any item in that app and figure out how to dispose of it. Much of this grant funding supports that. We also try to expand the program as much as possible. The grant will fund recycling barrels only, not trash, in parks, as well as municipal buildings. And I think I've covered it. Oh, in addition to one more thing, There is the possibility that we expand our program. That's sort of encouraged. So those hard-to-recycle items, if there's funding and we can start a new program for it, this funding would supply.
Okay, I got one quick question for him. I'm reading this program, and it says, purchase additional carts. Now, as I drive around the city of Pittsburgh, and I drive around the city of Pittsburgh, you well know, I noticed some of the carts are some of them are pretty deplorable. They're all broken. Some of them will get tape on them. Is there a cost for the residents to replace those carts that have been damaged by Waste Management because they crush them and they crack and they break?
Counselor Boishman, this isn't necessarily germane to this one, though you've asked the question for the viewing public to get an answer, Mr. Curry, if you wouldn't mind. So I'd just make sure we keep this on topic.
I will keep it on top.
Thank you,
This is the
Councilor
only
Boishman.
question I want to know.
Understood.
We would ask residents to report their damaged barrels. We would investigate how the barrel got damaged. If it was the responsibility caused by Waste Management or the city, we would not force the owners to replace the barrel at a cost. But if the barrel is left at curbside, lands in the street, gets run over, and it's out there 7 days a week, the resident's gonna have to pay for it.
Okay, thank you.
And Mr. Curry, can you state the name of that app one more time for our...
Sure, it's called Recollect, and it is right on the Health Department webpage.
Thank you very much. Councilor Donnelly.
Thank you very much. Any money for signs in English and Spanish? Because I know it's a nightmare for you, and I feel your pain because it's a nightmare for me and people at work. We have given them notices from the city, notices from our office, notices that we are going to get fined if they put rubbish in recycling, notices that they will be fined, signed in the office, and they're still putting rubbish in recycling. It's a nightmare. But more signs, I think, might help. Only suggestion I have. It's what you're up against every day.
The Recycling IQ grant does not encourage fines. It's supposed to be for an educational. So we are in the educational period. Once we're out of that, we will definitely increase the possibility of
I'm looking
fines.
at little stickers that just remind people when they open the lid or before they open the lid.
3 days a week, Counselor, we're out at 7 a.m. And there is actually, I wish I'd have brought one with me. There is actually, it's called an oops tag.
I got
So
some.
when an inspector finds that recycling is contaminated, they will attach that oops tag to it. They will identify what the oops item is in the recycling that does not belong there, and they will turn the recycling bin so that it is not collected by the recycling contractor.
Thank you.
I have a motion and second to accept 25218. All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? It is unanimous. Motion carries.
Thank you, Counselor.
Order other.
Move 25318 be granted.
Second.
Counselor, I believe we need a suspension of the rules on 25318. Is that your motion?
If it weren't suspended, where would it go? Property?
I guess
But this is an item that I'm sorry, there was no motion, I can't talk.
Councilors, you are correct. We actually voted on this item. This is related to 2/2015. This would be the procedural acceptance of.
Motion for suspension on 25318.
I have a motion and second for suspension for 25318. I'll read this. Ordered that whereas on September 18th, 2018, the City Council voted to approve petition 2/2018, which provided for a limited waiver of the right of first refusal for the land located at Pearl Hill Road and High Rock Road, consisted of approximately 59.109 acres, more or less, being more particularly described in that said petition. Therefore, it is ordered that the Honorable Stephen L. DiNatale execute and deliver any and all documents necessary, convenient, and helpful to facilitate the intent of the Council's approval of the petition to 2018, including but not limited to the execution, delivery, and recordation of a limited waiver of the right of first refusal issued pursuant to MGL Chapter 61A, in a form substantially similar to that which is attached, reference petition 2/2018. I can tell a lawyer wrote that. I have a motion and second for suspension of the rules. All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? It is unanimous.
Move 253-18 be granted.
I have a motion and second to grant 253-18. Speaking on the motion, all those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? It is unanimous. Motion carries. Petitions.
254-18 through 261-18 be sent to their respective committees.
I'm requesting pull 26118, take it separately.
Okay, I have a motion and, Counselor, is that?
Yeah,
Counselor?
no, yep.
I have a motion and second to send 254-18 up to and including 260-18 to their respective committees. All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed?
Move to amend 26118 to read 52 Old Deerfield Road.
Second.
I have a motion and second to amend 261-18 to reflect 52, not 42, Old Deerfield Road. Speaking on the motion, all those in favor of amending?
Aye.
All those opposed? It is unanimous.
Move to send 26118 to the Public Works Committee.
Second.
I have a motion and second to send 261-18 to the Public Works Committee as amended. Speaking on the motion, all those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? It is unanimous. Motion carries.
Move we adjourn.
Second.
I have a motion and second to adjourn. All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? We are adjourned. Thank you, councilors.
Thank you very much.